Some videos are disturbing because of what they show, others because no one can explain what's happening. Let's begin. Number 1. Nursery camera footage. Parents reviewing overnight footage from a nursery camera noticed a woman standing motionless outside the window, staring inward. The figure didn't move or react before disappearing from view. Police found no signs of a break-in, and no neighbors reported seeing anyone outside at that hour. The footage unsettled viewers because the figure appeared fully formed, not a reflection or shadow. Number 2. The Arsonist. A home video once surfaced showing a burning house at night, while the person filming calmly narrated the fire as if it were deliberate.
This is my domain, my hell.
The footage ended with a chilling threat aimed directly at whoever might be watching. What made the tape even more disturbing was how it was discovered, abandoned inside a jacket along a highway. When the video aired on television years later, viewers recognized the fire, leading investigators to confirm the footage had been filmed by the arsonist himself, standing just feet away as firefighters arrived. After years of detective work, 2 minor boys were found to be the culprits. Omar McKinley was sent to juvenile detention and John to a mental institution. Number 3. Live TV death announcement. During a routine game show, a host abruptly stopped the program to deliver breaking news.
Nos acaba de llegar una información muy difícil de entregar. No habíamos querido decir nada antes de chequear bien lo que estaba sucediendo porque compromete a personajes del canal.
A plane carrying his own colleagues had crashed into the ocean. The announcement wasn't scripted. It happened in real time, with presenters learning live on air that their friends were almost certainly dead. Later, cameras recovered from the wreckage revealed footage recorded minutes before the crash, showing the victims smiling, unaware of what was about to happen. Number 4. The VHS tape. In 1987, hikers near Tabernash, Colorado discovered the wreckage of a small plane that had been missing for nearly 3 years. Hanging from a nearby tree was a damaged VHS tape. Once restored, it revealed the final moments of pilot James Jeb Connell and passenger Ronald Hugh Willman during their 1984 flight.
Oh, look at that down there, Ronnie, on the left. Nice little lake and a cabin.
Aviation experts later determined that high altitude and thin air caused the plane to lose lift. The crash disabled its emergency locator, explaining why no rescue ever came. Number 5. A highway safety segment. On December 29, 1986, NBC San Diego aired a highway safety segment warning drivers to stay in their vehicles and never trust strangers.
Anything could happen. Being a female, you could be robbed if you're a male, all the way to where you could be killed. Once you get in that other person's car, you're at their mercy.
The segment featured California Highway Patrol Officer Craig Pyre. What viewers didn't know was that the broadcast aired just days after Kara Knott, a 20-year-old San Diego State University student, had been murdered. Investigators later uncovered that Pyre had used traffic stops to isolate women. Forensic evidence, witness accounts, and uniform fibers ultimately tied him to Kara Knott's death. He was convicted and sentenced to prison. Number 6. A home invasion. In February 2017, Brazilian Twitch streamer Cohen77 was live when 2 armed men entered his home and forced him off camera. Viewers initially assumed it was staged, but police later confirmed it was a real robbery. The intruders searched the house and stole property while the stream abruptly ended. Cohen later confirmed online that he and his family were unharmed. The incident became a cautionary example of the real-world risks of live broadcasting. Number 7. A storm chase camera. On May 31, 2013, veteran storm chasers Tim Samaras, his son Paul Samaras, and colleague Carl Young were tracking a tornado near El Reno, Oklahoma.
This is going to be the storm of the day right here. This is going to do it, I think.
The storm unexpectedly expanded into the largest tornado ever recorded. Their vehicle was overtaken despite their experience. A camera recovered afterward captured calm conversation moments before impact, including Tim realizing they were in immediate danger. All 3 lost their lives. Number 8. A talking parrot. In 2015, Martin Durham was found dead in his Michigan home, while his wife Glenna Durham survived a gunshot wound. The case stalled until Marty's African gray parrot, Bud, began repeating phrases that sounded like a heated argument. Although the parrot couldn't be used as legal testimony, investigators revisited the evidence. DNA later linked Glenna Durham to the weapon, and she was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of her husband. Number 9. A jewelry heist. In September 2025, surveillance cameras inside a jewelry store at a mall in San Ramon, California, recorded around 25 masked suspects rushing in simultaneously. Display cases were smashed, and the group escaped with over $1 million in jewelry in under 2 minutes. Investigators described the robbery as highly coordinated, part of a wider pattern of organized retail crime across the state. Number 10. A sleeping child. A silent home video labeled Jason Sleeping shows nothing but a boy sleeping for nearly 30 minutes. No movement, no sound, no explanation. While some speculate darker intentions, archivists believe it was likely recorded by a parent monitoring sleep behavior. But why would anyone record their child sleeping for 30 minutes? The lack of context is what makes the footage unsettling. Not what happens, but what might have. Number 11. A farewell concert. In May 1992, Mexican singer Chalino Sanchez performed at a concert in Culiacan, Sinaloa. During the show, someone handed him a note. Cameras captured his visible reaction as he read it. Chalino finished the performance, thanked the crowd, and left the stage. Hours later, he was abducted and killed. The note is widely believed to have warned him that the concert would be his last. Number 12. The missing SD card. In 2019, Valerie Kastner found an SD card on a sidewalk in Anchorage, Alaska with the words "Homicide at Midtown Marriott" written on it. Police discovered the card contained photos and videos documenting a real crime inside a hotel room. Investigators traced the footage to Brian Stephen Smith, a local hotel manager whose voice and movements matched the recordings. The victim was identified as Kathleen Jo Henry, a 30-year-old Alaska Native woman. Smith was arrested and later sentenced to 226 years in prison, ensuring he would never be released. Number 13. 2 shadow figures. In 2025, a roadside CCTV camera recorded what looked like 2 child-sized shadows crossing an empty street late at night. No physical bodies were visible, only dark silhouettes moving in sync. Moments later, the street appeared completely empty again. Authorities found no missing children or pedestrians in the area. Number 14. A planned robbery. In October 2019, a Ring doorbell camera in Kent, Washington captured a couple arriving home late at night. Seconds later, an armed suspect ran toward them. The woman managed to get inside and lock the door just in time. The suspect then struck the camera with his weapon, breaking it. Police later arrested Al Hussein Drum, confirming the incident was part of a planned robbery because the couple just came back from the casino. Number 15. Stolen bike. A man reported that his bike had mysteriously vanished from the street. Assuming it was stolen, he checked nearby CCTV footage to identify the thief. What the camera showed left him stunned. The bike suddenly began to move on its own. No one was touching it. No person appeared in frame. It slowly turned, rolled forward, and disappeared down the street as if someone invisible was riding it. There were no signs of wires and no mechanical failure that could explain the movement. Number 16. Recovered GoPro footage. In 2021, YouTuber Rich Aloha found a damaged GoPro while diving at Foster Falls State Park. The SD card contained footage recorded by 22-year-old Richard Ragland, who had drowned at the same location 2 years earlier. Out of respect, the full recording was never released, but it allowed Richard's family to recover their son's final memories. Number 17. A fire in a nursing home. After a deadly fire at the Quakers Hill Nursing Home in Western Sydney in 2011, a nurse named Roger Dean gave televised interviews describing the chaos and rescue efforts. 11 elderly residents lost their lives in the blaze. Investigators later discovered that Dean had stolen large amounts of prescription medication from the facility and deliberately started the fire to destroy records and delay detection. Security footage and forensic evidence contradicted his public statements. In 2013, Roger Dean was convicted of 11 counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole.
It was like Satan saying to me that it's the right thing to do.
Number 18. Tall, dark figure. While cycling through a remote forest area, a man and his wife stopped after hearing an unfamiliar sound coming from deeper among the trees. When he looked toward the source of the sound, he noticed a tall, dark figure moving between the trees at a distance. The man thought he might have seen a Bigfoot. The couple left the area shortly afterward. No further sightings were reported again after that. Number 19. Invisible figure. CCTV footage shows a man walking through a quiet outdoor area at night, heading toward his parked car. As he moves across the frame, a pale, human-shaped figure suddenly appears beside him. The figure does not walk in a normal way. Instead, it drifts forward smoothly, as if gliding just above the ground. The man does not react and continues walking, seemingly unaware of anything beside him. Within seconds, the figure fades away mid-motion, disappearing completely without leaving a shadow or disturbance. No other people or vehicles are visible in the footage. The clip spread quickly online, with viewers debating whether the figure was a camera artifact, a lighting anomaly, or something unexplained. Number 20. A missing person's final words. In January 2005, Ricky Rodriguez, a former member of the cult Children of God, mailed videotapes to friends and family detailing his upbringing, trauma, and grievances against the organization.
There's this need that I have. This need, it's not a want, it's a need, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice. Because I can't go on like this.
After recording the tapes, Rodriguez killed a former cult member in Tucson, Arizona, before traveling to Blythe, California, where authorities later found him deceased. The tapes became key evidence in explaining the motive behind the crime and the long-term abuse Rodriguez had suffered inside the cult. The recordings are now considered one of the most disturbing examples of found video ever linked to a real criminal investigation. Number 21. The O.J. Simpson car chase. In June 1994, millions of viewers watched live as O.J. Simpson rode in the back of a white Ford Bronco, driven by Al Cowlings during a slow-speed police pursuit across Los Angeles. Every major network interrupted regular programming to follow the chase from helicopters overhead. The broadcast became one of the most watched live television events in U.S. history and marked a turning point in how real-time police incidents were covered on TV. Number 22. Moving pantry doors. A homeowner shared footage from his indoor Ring camera showing pantry doors opening and closing during the night while he slept nearby. The movements appeared sudden and forceful, with no one visible in the room. While some viewers suggested drafts or mechanical issues, others pointed to the timing and repeated motion as unusual. No definitive explanation was ever confirmed. Number 23. A face near the moon. In February 2024, a TikTok video posted by Incognito Gaming TV appeared to show a large face-like shape hovering near the moon in the night sky.
It's a huge face looking right down on us. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit brighter. There he is.
The clip quickly gained millions of views, with viewers debating whether it was a visual anomaly or something artificial. Later recreations showed the effect could be produced using perspective, lighting, and foreground objects. But the original video remains one of the most widely discussed sky sightings online. Number 24. A predator carrying its prey. A man driving through a forested area in India recorded footage of a large animal carrying what appeared to be a striped animal carcass into dense vegetation. The animal had a dog-like head and dark body, leading viewers to debate whether it was a hyena or another rarely seen predator. Wildlife experts later noted that striped prey can appear in unexpected regions due to private reserves and animal relocation programs. Number 25. A ghostly figure. A series of home security recordings show a man documenting unusual activity inside his house, including objects moving and furniture shifting when no one else is present.
Well, as you can see, it's morning, guys. This is just a quick update because I gotta get to work. But when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys were right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open. And then I noticed this chair, so I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
At first, he believes the activity may be connected to his late wife. As the recordings continue and the behavior appears more aggressive, he begins to doubt that explanation. In later footage, he states that whatever is present does not behave in a way he recognizes, leading him to say, "That's not my wife." Number 26. A mannequin turned its head. In 2015, a surveillance camera outside a clothing store recorded a mannequin standing motionless near the entrance. As a car approached the intersection, the mannequin's head suddenly turned toward the road before snapping back into place. Store staff found no mechanical explanation, and the mannequin had no moving parts. Number 27. A house fire. In the early 2000s, Mick Philpott appeared on daytime television presenting himself as a father in conflict with social services and former partners. On screen, he blamed authorities for interfering in his family life and portrayed himself as being treated unfairly. In May 2012, a fire broke out at his home in Derby, killing 6 of his children.
Yeah, terrorist house. Yeah, but we've got the police on the way. Have you any idea what's caused the fire? I've no idea, but it's work up my day long. There's smoke everywhere.
Philpott initially claimed the fire was accidental and continued to blame others. A police investigation later revealed the fire had been deliberately set as part of a plan to frame a former partner and influence custody and benefit disputes. He was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. Number 28. A flying bottle. CCTV footage from a small restaurant showed an employee preparing a drink when a bottle was suddenly pulled out of her hand and thrown across the room. No one else was nearby. Management reviewed the footage multiple times and could not identify any mechanical cause. The incident contributed to long-standing reports of unexplained activity in the building. Number 29. The Space Shuttle Challenger. Millions of viewers watched the Space Shuttle Challenger launch from Cape Canaveral, Florida, on January 28, 1986. 73 seconds after liftoff, the shuttle broke apart mid-air.
Hear how quickly the shuttle moves. It's already more than 4 miles downwind, as we just heard.
Throttling up, 3 engines now at 104%. Challenger, go with throttle up.
The shuttle mission will launch. My God.
1 minute 15.
There's been an explosion.
Velocity 2,900 feet per second, altitude 9 nautical miles.
News anchors initially struggled to understand what had happened, continuing commentary as the debris fell. The incident, which claimed the lives of all 7 crew members, including teacher Krista McAuliffe, permanently changed how live broadcasts handle unfolding disasters. Number 30. A stranger who never returned. A Ring doorbell camera captured footage of an unidentified man standing silently outside a woman's apartment late at night. He never rang the bell or attempted entry, usually remaining motionless before slowly walking away. The homeowner later reported the footage to police, but no matching individuals were found. Number 31. Human-like creature. In 2006, 2 men camping overnight with their families in a forested area of Catalonia reported an unexplained encounter after nightfall. While walking through the woods, they noticed movement above them in the trees. When they aimed their flashlights upward, they saw a figure positioned on a tree branch. As the light reached it, the figure turned its head toward them. According to the men, its eyes reflected the light with an intense glow, and its head appeared unusually human in shape. After several seconds, both men fled the area, leaving the campsite behind. Number 32. Cave Descend. A Bureau of Land Management safety video from the late 1990s includes real footage of a group of young men entering an abandoned mine in Nevada despite posted warning signs. The camera records unstable tunnels, collapsed beams, deep vertical shafts, and loose debris as the group continues deeper, repeatedly acknowledging the danger but pressing on. At one point, one man attempts to descend using a rope attached to an old wooden support. The rope fails, sending him more than 60 feet down a vertical shaft. The footage captures the immediate panic as his friends search for help. He was eventually rescued after a lengthy operation and survived, and the video was later used to demonstrate how abandoned mines can become deadly within seconds. Number 33. Two versions. A homeowner checking his Ring security camera footage noticed something unsettling. The image appeared to show two identical versions of himself standing in the same frame at the same time. The footage was captured in the evening outside his home and showed no signs of editing. While camera glitches and reflection artifacts are the most likely explanation, the clip gained attention because the duplicate figure appeared positioned naturally, not distorted or mirrored. Number 34. Repetition in actions. A TikTok user known as Meta Cowboy recorded a woman in a parking lot who repeatedly exited her car, walked around it in the exact same pattern, got back in, drove away, and returned minutes later.
She does it every 10 minutes. I'm just sitting in the parking lot. Now she's going to look to the right, and then she's going to go.
Only to repeat the process again. The behavior continued for hours and was captured from multiple angles. While some viewers suggested a glitch explanation, others pointed out the actions were consistent with compulsive behavioral disorders rather than anything supernatural. Number 35. A man was caught watching a bedroom window. In Hudson, Wisconsin, a woman noticed footprints in the snow leading directly up to her bedroom window. She installed a security camera, which later captured a man returning and looking inside. Police traced the vehicle seen leaving the scene to Robert Cessna, a senior corporate executive. After an investigation, he was charged with felony stalking and later dismissed from his position. Number 36. The Strange Cat. Security camera recorded a woman walking with her child while a cat followed closely behind. Suddenly, the cat was knocked sideways as if pushed by an unseen force, flipping in midair before landing safely. The woman turned around just moments too late to see what happened. Some viewers blamed passing vehicles or sudden noises, while others pointed out the motion didn't line up with anything visible on camera. Number 37. Footprints appeared. Security footage from a nursing home showed cleaning staff reacting in panic as footprints began appearing on the carpeted floor without anyone visible. The marks matched the color and texture of spilled cat litter from earlier that day. No person was present in the hallway when the footprints formed, and the incident followed reports of unexplained noises moments earlier.
Oh, that's disgusting. Or the vegan cheese.
Or the vegan cheese. That would be...
Y'all see it? I'm not the only one that heard that.
Well, there was this one time when I was in this hallway and oh, get the
No official explanation was ever given. Number 38. Vortex rings. Videos from Ukraine, New York, and Singapore showed massive black smoke rings hovering in the sky for several minutes before slowly dissipating. In one case, the ring appeared so symmetrical that viewers suggested advanced technology or unknown aircraft. Experts later explained that the phenomenon was caused by controlled explosions and pressure releases forming vortex rings, which can linger under the right atmospheric conditions. Number 39. Thanksgiving gathering. During a Thanksgiving gathering, a grandfather showed his family footage from a living room security camera recorded months earlier. In one frame, he appears standing alone in the room. In the background, a faint human-shaped figure is visible beside him. A second frame zooms in on the same area, where the shape appears more defined, resembling a young girl with long hair. In another image from the same footage, a dark figure can be seen partially peering from a doorway. The grandfather maintains that no one else was present when the footage was recorded. After the images were shared online, viewers debated whether the figures were intruders, camera artifacts, or something just simply eerie. Number 40. A strange black creature. Footage recorded on July 8, 2000, shows a wide, open meadow in daylight, with no people visible in the area. As the camera continues recording, a dark figure emerges from the edge of the grass and moves steadily across the field. The figure appears roughly human in shape, covered in dense black fur, and walks upright as it crosses the open space. At first, some viewers suggested it could be a known animal, such as a Florida skunk ape. However, the way the figure moves does not clearly match typical animal behavior seen in similar environments. The creature does not react to the camera and continues across the meadow until it disappears into the tree line. Number 41. An industrial explosion. In August 2020, residents of Beirut, Lebanon recorded dozens of videos showing smoke rising from the city's port before a massive explosion tore through the area. Many of the clips began minutes earlier, capturing small fires, warning sounds, and people evacuating nearby buildings. Because official monitoring systems failed or were damaged, investigators later relied heavily on these civilian recordings. By syncing footage from phones, security cameras, and dash cams, analysts were able to reconstruct the timeline of the disaster, estimate the blast's strength, and confirm how long the fire burned before the explosion occurred. Number 42. A dangerous date. In the late 1970s, Rodney Alcala appeared on a popular television dating show, presenting himself as charming and intelligent. During the episode, he won the contest and was selected for a date by the female contestant. At the time of the broadcast, Alcala was already wanted by authorities and linked to multiple violent crimes. The contestant later declined the date after finding his behavior unsettling, unknowingly avoiding further contact. Alcala was arrested years later and convicted of multiple murders, with investigators suspecting many more victims. The episode became infamous because it captured a wanted serial offender appearing relaxed and confident on national television, highlighting how easily dangerous individuals can blend into ordinary public settings. Number 43. The Jogger. On the morning of May 5, 2017, a 33-year-old woman was walking across Putney Bridge in London during rush hour when a jogger suddenly ran past her and pushed her into the road. She fell directly in front of an approaching city bus. The bus, traveling at low speed, managed to swerve at the last moment, missing her by only a few inches. The woman survived without serious injury. Approximately 15 minutes later, the same jogger returned to the bridge and ran past her again. When she tried to speak to him, he ignored her and continued running. The incident was captured by the bus's dash camera, triggering a police investigation. Authorities reviewed dozens of potential suspects and arrested several men, but no charges were filed. After more than a year with no new leads, the case was officially closed. The identity of the jogger was never determined. Number 44. A hidden camera disguised as a rock. Residents of Chino Hills, California, discovered a surveillance camera disguised as a rock, placed in the center median of their street. The device was aimed directly at a nearby home and powered by a portable battery. Footage showed a person wearing gloves and a helmet planting the camera before leaving on a scooter. Police were unable to identify the suspect, and the motive behind the surveillance remains unknown. Number 45. The Locked Gate. Late one night, a home security camera recorded a man standing silently outside a metal gate. Seconds later, he moved forward and appeared to pass straight through the bars without opening them. No pause, no visible struggle. Neighbors insisted the gate had been locked, and the footage showed no shadow or reflection that could explain the movement. Police were unable to determine how the entry occurred. Number 46. An uphill truck. Security footage from a roadside camera showed a parked truck beginning to move forward on an uphill road. The engine was off, and no driver was visible inside the cab. Because gravity couldn't explain the direction of movement, investigators inspected the vehicle for mechanical faults, but found none that clearly explained what happened. Number 47. A double murder. On November 24, 1963, Lee Harvey Oswald, the accused assassin of President John F. Kennedy, was being transferred through the basement of the Dallas Police Headquarters. As television cameras broadcast the transfer live, nightclub owner Jack Ruby stepped forward and shot Oswald at point-blank range. Millions of viewers witnessed the moment in real time. Oswald died shortly afterward at Parkland Memorial Hospital, the same hospital where President Kennedy had been pronounced dead 2 days earlier. Number 48. A scary hotel mirror. A hotel guest recorded a video after hearing tapping sounds behind the bathroom mirror. To test it, he slid a piece of paper behind the glass. Within seconds, the paper was pulled out of sight. The guest left immediately and reported the incident to hotel staff. No structural explanation was provided for how anything could access the space behind the mirror. These were some of the most unsettling moments ever caught on camera, but there's even more footage that never made it into this video. Watch one of our next videos here.